Why diets are lying to you. Stop dieting right now. If you've ever tried losing weight by cutting calories, following restrictive meal plans, or eliminating entire food groups, I have shocking news for you. Diets don't work, and it's not your fault. The problem isn't your willpower, your discipline, or your ability to follow rules. The problem is the concept of dieting itself. Diets are designed to fail. Even worse, they might actually be making you gain more weight in the long run. How many times have you started a diet, felt motivated at first, saw the scale drop, and then everything fell apart? You felt hungry, irritated, and exhausted, and eventually, you regained all the weight, or even more. And then came the guilt, as if it was all your fault. But it's not. In today's video, I'll show you exactly why diets are a trap, how they negatively impact your body, and most importantly, what actually works for losing weight and keeping it off for good. If you're tired of yo-yo dieting, feeling like food controls your life, and being stuck in a cycle of restriction and guilt, stick with me until the end. You'll discover that there's an easier, more sustainable way to achieve the body you want. And it all starts with understanding the real problem with diets. The vicious cycle of dieting, why they're designed to fail. If diets really worked, why are so many people trapped in an endless cycle of losing and gaining weight? The answer is simple. Diets are temporary solutions for a problem that requires permanent change. It always starts the same way. You decide you want to lose weight and choose a new diet, maybe the latest trend. At first, you follow all the rules. You even see some weight loss, which makes you feel in control. But over time, the struggle begins. Your hunger increases, your energy drops, and you become frustrated. Eventually, you give in, maybe to a piece of cake, an unplanned dinner, or just an extra snack. Then the guilt sets in. You feel like you've ruined everything and end up eating even more because you already lost control. Then comes the frustration. You decide to start over, but the same cycle repeats itself. This yo-yo effect is why 99% of diets fail within 2 years. And it's not because you didn't try hard enough. It's because the dieting model itself is flawed. Diets are too restrictive and ignore an essential factor. Your body fights back. Your metabolism slows down, your hunger hormones increase, and your brain goes into survival mode, doing everything it can to regain the lost weight. And that brings us to the next big issue, the calorie cutting myth, and why simply eating less is not the real solution to weight loss. The restriction myth, why cutting calories isn't the answer. If weight loss was as simple as eat less and move more, why do so many people fail at dieting? This is the biggest myth in the diet industry, the belief that cutting calories is the key to sustainable weight loss. The logic sounds simple. If you consume fewer calories than you burn, you'll lose weight. And in the short term, that's true. But what no one tells you is that your body isn't a calculator. It's a living system that adapts to survive. When you drastically cut calories, your metabolism slows down to conserve energy. Your body thinks it's experiencing a food shortage and activates survival mechanisms. This means that even while eating less, you start burning fewer calories throughout the day. On top of that, your hormones are directly affected. Leptin, the satiety hormone, decreases, while ghrelin, the hunger hormone, increases. As a result, you feel intense cravings for high-calorie foods. This is why restrictive diets often lead to binge eating. It's not a lack of willpower, it's a biological response. Another issue is that excessive calorie restriction causes muscle loss, not just fat loss. This weakens your metabolism even more, making each dieting attempt harder than the last. The result? After a few weeks or months, most people quit their diets, go back to eating normally, and regain all the lost weight, or even more. And so, the yo-yo cycle continues. The truth is, the problem isn't you. It's the wrong approach you've been taught. And the diet industry knows this very well. In fact, they profit from your failure. And that's exactly what we'll talk about next. how the weight loss industry profits from keeping you stuck in this never-ending cycle. The diet industry, how they profit from your failure. If diets don't work, why do new ones keep appearing every year? Simple, because they were never meant to work long-term. The weight loss industry makes billions every year by selling quick-fix solutions, books, meal plans, shakes, pills, and even surgeries, all promising one irresistible thing. This time, it will work. But here's the truth. If diets actually worked, this industry wouldn't exist. If one solution truly led to permanent weight loss, you wouldn't need to keep trying different ones. The real issue is that these programs are intentionally unsustainable. They give you quick initial results, making you believe you've found the answer. But eventually, your body fights back. You regain the weight, and suddenly, you need another diet. And while you blame yourself, thinking you failed, this industry profits, selling you the next trendy diet, the next miracle weight loss formula, the next secret to getting slim. But here's what they don't want you to know. Sustainable weight loss isn't found in a packaged product or a restrictive plan. The real key is creating lasting habits that work with your body, not against it. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you next. The real way to lose weight for good, without ever needing a diet again. So what actually works for permanent weight loss? If diets don't work, what actually does? How can you lose weight without falling into the trap of restrictions and yo-yo dieting? The answer is much simpler and more sustainable than any diet. Changing your relationship with food and building habits you can maintain for life. The first step is to ditch the dieting mindset. Instead of seeing foods as good or bad, start recognizing that all foods can fit into a balanced lifestyle. Eating a piece of cake won't ruin your progress. What matters is what you do consistently over time. Another critical shift is stopping the obsession with the scale. Your weight is just a reflection of internal changes in your body. Instead of focusing on numbers, focus on how you feel, your energy levels, and your overall health. Also, forget rigid rules and start listening to your body. Can you tell the difference between real hunger and emotional cravings? Do you stop eating when you're satisfied, or do you eat until your plate is empty out of habit? Intuitive eating helps you reconnect with your body's natural hunger and fullness signals. Finally, understand that losing weight isn't about eating less, it's about nourishing your body properly. Eating real, nutrient-dense foods naturally improves satiety, balances hormones, and prevents unnecessary cravings. This means fewer energy crashes, reduced hunger spikes, and a metabolism that works for you, not against you. The key isn't extreme calorie cutting, but creating an enjoyable and sustainable way of eating. And that can be done with a few simple habits that will transform your body without suffering. In the next chapter, I'll show you 5 powerful habits that will help you lose weight effortlessly without needing a diet. Five habits that help you lose weight without dieting. Now that you understand why diets don't work and what really matters for sustainable weight loss, let's get practical. Here are 5 simple habits that will transform your body without the need to count calories, eliminate food groups, or suffer through restrictions. 1. Listen to your body. Learn to distinguish real hunger from emotional hunger. Many people eat not because they're physically hungry, but because they're bored, stressed, or emotional. Before reaching for food, ask yourself, am I truly hungry? Or am I just looking for comfort? If it's emotional, try redirecting your focus to another activity, like taking a walk or practicing deep breathing. 2. Eat real foods. Prioritize what nourishes. Your body doesn't need strict diet plans. It needs real, whole foods. That means eating enough protein, healthy fats, fiber, and complex carbs. These foods keep you full longer, stabilize your hunger hormones, and reduce cravings naturally. 3. Don't cut, swap. Small changes make a big difference. Instead of thinking about what you have to remove, focus on what you can swap. Replace soda with sparkling water and lemon. Choose whole grains instead of refined carbs. Add more veggies to your meals instead of eliminating foods you enjoy. These small, effortless changes create sustainable weight loss without deprivation. Balance your hormones. Naturally, sleep, stress, and movement matter. Your hormones play a huge role in weight loss. Poor sleep increases hunger, stress raises cortisol, which promotes belly fat, and a sedentary lifestyle slows metabolism. Get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night to regulate appetite. Take short breaks throughout the day to reduce stress levels. Move your body in ways you enjoy. Walking, dancing, lifting weights, anything that feels good. Flexibility and consistency. The secret to never dieting. Again, forget the all-or-nothing mindset. You don't need to eat perfectly 100% of the time to see results. Balance is key. What you do most of the time matters far more than what you do occasionally. If you overeat one day, don't punish yourself. Just get back on track with your habits the next day and keep going. These habits are simple but incredibly powerful. And to help you avoid common mistakes, in the next chapter, I'll expose the biggest weight loss myths that still hold people back. Popular weight loss myths that need to stop. Even though we now have solid proof that restrictive diets don't work, many myths still mislead people and make weight loss harder than it needs to be. Let's debunk 3 of the biggest ones right now. Myth 1, eating carbs at night makes you gain weight. The truth? The time you eat doesn't matter nearly as much as your overall diet quality and calorie balance throughout the day. Your body doesn't suddenly store food as fat just because it's nighttime. What matters most is what you eat and how much in the long run. Myth 2, intermittent fasting is just another fad diet. Wrong. Intermittent fasting isn't a diet. It's an eating pattern that can help regulate insulin levels, improve fat burning, and reduce cravings. It's not a magic bullet, but it's a powerful tool when used correctly. Myth 3, to lose weight, just eat less and exercise more. If only it were that simple. Sustainable weight loss is about more than just cutting calories and working out. Your metabolism, hormones, stress levels, and food choices all play a role. Simply starving yourself and doing endless cardio won't fix the real issues. Now that you know what doesn't work, let's wrap this up with how to take action today and never need another diet again. How you can start today. Now you know the truth. Diets don't work. They trap you in a cycle of frustration, slow down your metabolism, and make you regain weight over time. The problem was never you. It was the wrong approach you were taught. The good news? Now you have a real path to lasting weight loss. Instead of following restrictive rules and depriving yourself, the key is to build habits that support your body and make healthy living effortless. So here's a challenge for you. Start with just one small change today. It could be listening to your hunger cues, making a smart food swap, or prioritizing sleep. You don't have to be perfect, just be consistent. And now, I want to hear from you. What's the craziest diet you've ever tried? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to help you break free from the cycle for good. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And of course, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because here, I teach you what actually works for sustainable weight loss, without suffering and without falling for diet industry lies. Now it's time to take the first step. You deserve a body and a lifestyle that feels good and lasts forever.